holiday break is over for the Michigan basketball team. They're back on campus and back to work. Mount St. Mary's comes to town tonight as the Wolverines try to start a new winning streak. You're watching the Big Ten on ESPN, and we are at Chrysler Center here in Ann Arbor. Dan Gutowski with Kevin Lehman. And Kevin, U of M took their first loss just before the holidays on the road at South Carolina. A very physical game tonight. This Mountaineers team is very much like Michigan in terms of how they play.
Well, Michigan looked like a top 10 team in the 2K Classic, winning that over SMU and Marquette, but got their nose bloody at South Carolina. But now you see a Mount St. Mary's team that's going to press. They're going to shoot the three ball, and that's what John Beilein wants to do, expose his team to different styles in November.
Here's our starting lineup. Michigan's starting five, very stable. And for Mount St. Mary's, only one win on the season. Maybe the guy to watch, Junior Robinson. Junior, maybe an appropriate name, the most explosive player on the team, maybe the shortest player in D1, just 5 feet 5 inches, but he plays very big.
The heart over height with that young man.
Yeah, Jamion Christian, the head coach. This is an enormous road trip for them. They don't have their first home game until December 7th. So they've been tested. John Beilein, we mentioned the loss at South Carolina before the holidays. He wants to get back on the winning track. Obviously, you can learn a lot about your team in a loss. What are the lessons John Beilein wants his team to take from that game against South Carolina?
Well, they got their nose bloody, as I said, but it's going to prepare them when they have to go to Michigan State to play. You got to go into Purdue to play physical Big Ten games. So that's why John Beilein scheduled that game at South Carolina. The Gamecocks got to do a return within the next 2 years.
Michigan in the home whites, hoping for a little bit of feel-good sports after the Michigan football team had that tough loss at Ohio State today. So Michigan basketball trying to lift their spirits. And Mount St. Mary's working on offense early. What do they want to do early?
They want to shoot the three ball to establish themselves, but you saw the quick hands of the defensive end. Turnover by Michigan on the first possession.
Chris Ray puts that shot on the rim, but it doesn't drop. So both teams come up empty on their first offensive touch.
And Mount St. Mary's likes to call their style of play mayhem. They're going to try and press, and they are excellent at taking away the three ball. They pride themselves in three-point percentage defense.
Shot clock inside 10. Zach Irvin triple. Count it. Michigan's on the board.
Well, Zach Irvin was out here 90 minutes before tip, taking jump shots with the manager. Worked out hard for about 30 minutes.
We're going to see a lot of three-point attempts in this game. We're expecting to see some full-court press, too. Here's a pull-up by Junior Robinson. Count it.
Junior Robinson.
Well, Junior Robinson is 5'5", but you can tell by his game he has great quickness, and the height doesn't bother him. He can get his shot off because of that nice step back we just witnessed.
Foul is on Derek Walton. Robinson averaging over 10 points a game, and Michigan makes a quick sub. Xavier Simpson, one of the younger guns for this Michigan team, coming in for Derek Walton.
Well, Simpson, a freshman, they really like. John Beilein said he was way ahead on defense, struggling to pick up some offensive concepts, but that is the point guard of the future for the Wolverines.
Robinson almost lost it.
You see a lot of high ball screens by the Mount.
Elijah Long, maybe the most well-rounded player for them offensively, tries to slip it inside, and it's a Michigan run out. On the court, the drive, the miss by Mo Wagner.
Salute with a challenge.
Triple try, nothing but net from the corner by Junior Robinson.
And now you see the pressure. This is going to be a little bit of soft pressure. They want to take time off the clock and make Michigan set their offense with about 15 seconds left.
Michigan doesn't play a lot of teams that like to play at their tempo, but Mount St. Mary's certainly fits that bill. Shot missed, good point blank look. Wolverines can't knock it down. DJ Wilson
Well, good patience by Wilson. He has to convert that shot. No double. You see the dribble handoffs, high ball screens by the Mount.
It's been all Robinson. He'll drive and dish. Oh, they can't finish. They wanted Chris Ray inside. Lost the handle out of bounds.
When Ray knows there's one he could have got. Some soft hands. You got to see that penetration, but the block by the big man. Salou inside, and now the three ball in transition. That's what Mount St. Mary's wants to do.
Yeah, Mount Osala, that is his game, protecting that rim. Doesn't give him a whole lot on offense, Kevin, but it's defense and rebounding, and Michigan turns it over. DJ Wilson called for that.
Well, Jamie and Kristen will tell you, we have never had a player like Salou before, a guy who can protect the rim for them. 14 rebounds in their game against Iowa State.
Michigan's already got 2 fouls. Will Miller is checked in for the Mountaineers.
This will be a tempo game by the Mountaineers. They're going to slow tempo with the pressure and use clock.
Robinson, a huge mismatch. They'll scoop it up and roll it home.
I said
mismatch didn't phase him that much, did it?
Well, we talked about heart over height. Junior Robinson, second team all NEC last season.
Not a great start for Michigan. Couple of turnovers on their first 5 possessions. Irvin drops another three-pointer from the same spot. That is his hot spot for right now. Michigan within 1.
And the challenge by Miles Wilson, the freshman, but not there in time.
Robinson has 7 and Irvin has 6, so only 2 players have scored here in the first 4 minutes of this basketball game. Shot clock inside 10. Mountaineers got to go to work in traffic. They could not finish. Miles Wilson going strong. Irvin off balance. That rolls home for Michigan.
A nice finish by Irvin. Like you said, off balance, but kept his shoulders squared to the rim and dropped that one over the 10.
Well, not a lot of scoring from anyone except one player on each team, and Robinson exploding with a wide open lane, and now we got a Michigan foul.
Might be some frustration.
Yeah, John Beilein's going to give his players an earful at our first break in Ann Arbor. A 9-8 lead from Mount St. Mary's in our first half at Chrysler. And the Michigan Wolverines. Welcome courtside, Dan Gutowski and Kevin Lehman. And Kevin, with Junior Robinson from Mount St. Mary's, look small, play big. He's following that mantra so far today.
5'5", he's hurt him inside and he's hurt him outside. He's got all 9 points for the Mount.
He's doing a lot of great things. Michigan, as we look at their keys to the game, Michigan got to kind of figure some things out here early. John Beilein doesn't like this start very much at all.
Well, they got to make their length count. They've got a challenge on the perimeter, but right now, the little guy Robinson's getting by them, and they got to get some points in the paint. They got a huge size advantage.
How about the Mountaineers? What do they want to do in this game to win?
Well, they're going to challenge a 3-ball. They take great pride in holding teams below 30% from the arc, and they're going to take the 3. We've seen Junior Robinson hit 1, but we've also seen him fake that and get into the paint on the Wolverines.
Javion Christian and the Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers are true road warriors. They won't play at home until December 7th. They've already played one Big Ten school, Minnesota. Only one win to show. There's a finish and one coming for Chris Ray.
And Dan, their team is not intimidated. This is their 3rd top 25 team that they've played. Little simple ball screen. Late help by DJ Wilson. Chance for a 3-point play.
Wilson now has 2 fouls. And that's going to bring in Duncan Robinson off the bench for John Beilein. Derek Walton also entering for Michigan. Xavier Sampson with a rest now for John Beilein's Wolverines. Ray makes the bonus.
You know, the Mount started against West Virginia, ranked number 20. Then they went to Iowa State, also ranked number 20. Now they got Michigan sitting in that 25th spot.
There's that pressure. Michigan breaks it. Hard drive. No finish by Mark Donald, who's come in as well. Michigan going a little bit bigger with Duncan Robinson and Mark Donald. Donald's been a very good six-man for U of M so far.
Well, it's a two-headed monster at that 5 spot for Michigan.
Robinson catching and shooting off the inbound. Irvin recovers. Can't handle it. We got a Mount St. Mary's foul.
Now, Jamie and Christian made a great comment to me. He said, our size is going to bother the Wolverines. And I said, Coach, what are you talking about? He goes, we're small and quick. And you can see how quick those hands are, Dan.
Foul on Junior Robinson, his first. Derek Walton resetting the Michigan offense, trailing by 4. Open look, off the rim, rebound to Elijah Long. Long, a very good rebounding guard.
Long is their leader. His brother, Naz Mitrulong, plays for Iowa State Cyclones. They matched up earlier this season.
Long pulls it back out, drives it in, can't finish. Rebound for Michigan by Duncan Robinson. Michigan's gonna push. Robinson. Good perimeter passing for Michigan. And Abdur Rahman bombs it from the corner for Michigan. Muhammad Ali Abdur Rahman.
Well, the Wolverines took it to the right side and brought it back to the second side. Caught the defense in a help position. Abdur Rahman knocks it in.
Carry violation against Michigan. Wolverines have made all 3 of their triples, but just 1 for 6 inside the arc.
And we said it was going to be important. Points in the paint, where Michigan has size, whether they get them in transition or they get them on the offensive glass. They've got to use their height in this game and their length.
Irvin finds himself wide open. And a miss, but McDonald gets strong for the rebound. Jump ball, it's Mount St. Mary's basketball.
Now, the Mount started November 10th. This is day 15 on the road for these guys, and they've got some energy. Big win at UT Arlington. Or excuse me, at George Mason. Played a good game at UT Arlington. They had to win at George Mason.
Ball mishandled by Will Miller. And they'll reset with Long. Just a sophomore. But he plays a little bit older than his academic standing. Turnover there for Michigan. Junior Robinson gave Mount St. Mary's a big lift early. He's on the bench now. For Jamion Christian, Michigan. Zach Irvin's been their highlight player so far. Shot clock at 5. Trouble for Abdur Rahman. A held ball again, but Michigan's going to keep it.
Well, again, the quick hands by Mount St. Mary's on these drives. They get their hands into those ball handlers.
6 on the Michigan shot clock. Robinson off the inbound, drops it.
Now, Robinson with a slow start this year. They really need him to get his confidence at the offensive end. Knocked in 95 threes a year ago.
Wolverines have their first lead here at the Chrysler Center. Miles Wilson in traffic. Gets the extra step, but at no basket. Michigan recovers.
Mount St. Mary's has been excellent in defensive transition. Getting back, getting 5 jerseys set, making the Wolverines play against all 5 defenders.
Open look for Derek Walton. Nothing but net from distance. An 8-0 Michigan run.
And Derek Walton with a step-in 3 ball. Great rhythm. He knocked in 7 against SMU. He had 3 before the first media timeout.
Hard take to the hole by Elijah Long. Not the guy you expect to go hard to the basket, but he finishes there to end that run for the Wolverines. Abdur-Rahman.
The Wolverines have not closed up the driving lanes.
Strong take, no finish. Michigan on the outlet. Square up, 3-point, off the mark by Rahman.
But a good shot. I like Walton's ability to penetrate, set his feet, and kick it out. Abdur-Rahman's got to knock that down.
Well, you got to tell Mount St. Mary's they're doing a great job of attacking the rim, even on the Miles Wilson miss. Oh, a rejection in the corner. Elijah Long playing strong defense on the other end too. Timeout here at Chrysler Center. Michigan trying to hold on to the first half lead against Mount St. Mary's. Zach Irvin leading the charge early for Michigan, inside and outside, Kevin.
Yeah, Irvin's been good. Splashed one in from the corner, got the rim on the first one, but how about this little guy? Junior Robinson rings a bell from the right corner. He's 5'5", but no hesitation. Explosion. Goes in the land of giants and converts.
And they'll take a little physicality.
That was a frustration foul by Derek Walton. Irvin with 8 points, 3 of 6.
Irvin's been in double digits in 4 of Michigan's 5 games this year. Certainly looks like he'll get there tonight. And you know, back to Junior Robinson, Jamion Christian told us he can't dunk.
Oh, yes.
He won't do it in games. It's not too easy to do it then, but in the layup line, he can throw down pretty hard.
And he said that young man from Maybank, North Carolina is going to be a 1,000-point scorer for them. But Michigan, DJ Wilson out. He's got 2 fouls. That changed the way that they defend. There's the rim protector. Let's see if Coach Beeline leaves him on the bench the rest of the half.
Abdur-Rahman looking for some space. Now an inside pass and a good block. Mark Donald couldn't get a good look. Ball mishandled. Michigan. Well, we talk about full court pressure, but it's scramble for the ball. It rolls out of bounds into the Michigan bench, and it's U of M basketball.
And Wilson back in with 2 fouls. Look at those quick hands again. Looked like that football game, little scrum on the court.
Yeah, physicality on display here at Chrysler. Donald, strong, and the finish.
Well, took the bump, got the bruise, then got the basket.
McDonald goes 6'9", 240 pounds. He is a big load to handle for the Mountaineers. Michigan bumping the lead to 4. And the step out on the line by Greg Alexander.
Well, it's a nice finish by Donald, but it's off the penetration by Abdur-Rahman, but look at that bang. No call, baby.
Mautasala thought maybe he could get a block on that one, but...
And there's a change in rules now inside that restricted area. If you go up, leave your feet, or leave the floor, and make an attempt on the block, they're gonna let that contact go, and it will not be a block foul by the defender. Donald with a strong finish.
Off the mark, missed by Derek Walton. He shot very well for Michigan so far this season.
They really want Derek Walton to get more shots up. Excellent game against SMU.
Yeah, Michigan's trip to New York in the 2K Classic was outstanding.
Well, their offensive efficiency was off the charts. Almost 1.3 points per possession.
Now 7 turnovers for Mount St. Mary's.
Checking in for the Mountaineers, number 55. Elijah Long.
Turnovers on their last 3 possessions, and Robinson's going to come out.
Well, their true point guard is Elijah Long. They like to play Robinson at the 2 spot. And you're going to see him change up press depending on what personnel Michigan has in the game. And shoot around, anytime they got that shot clock down to 22 and the ball across half court, they called that a victory.
Here's Robinson. In and out, Michigan. Now 0 for 5 from beyond the 3-point arc after making their first 4 triples in this game.
Yeah, Mount St. Mary's wants to take Michigan out of offensive flow and offensive rhythm with their different types of presses.
Ryan Gomes has the ball. He's entered. He's a big for Mount St. Mary's. Ball out of bounds. Long couldn't handle it, but the Mountaineers will keep it.
And you can see the offensive strategy by the Mountaineers. They've got 5 around the 3-point line. It's opening up that lane for dribble penetration. So Michigan has to close the gaps and recover the 3-point shooters.
The Mountaineers have gone over 3 minutes without a point as Mo Wagner comes in for Michigan.
Well, I think Junior Robson caught Michigan off guard with his quickness early in this game, so he got those first 9 points.
Elijah Long gets the shot off at the buzzer, but the dry spell continues for Mount St. Mary's. Irvin in traffic, off balance, and he scores. Boy, his athleticism is continuing to blossom this season for Michigan.
Well, Danny's healthy. Last year he had the back surgery and had that nagging back all season. Again, I talked to him when he was working out, and he said, I'm really feeling good this season, feeling really healthy. And Irvin has been sensational to start this game. He drives in there and he gives the Wolverines are up 6.
Saturday night of Thanksgiving weekend here at the Chrysler Center continues for Michigan. The Wolverines on the hardwood leading Mount St. Mary's, hoping to push all of the memories of that unhappy Wednesday experience against South Carolina out of their memory banks.
Well, when you go to South Carolina against a Frank Martin team, you better have your gloves on. It was a physical matchup on the perimeter. You can see the shooting rows, and Coach Beilein said, we had some open threes early. We just didn't knock them down. But only 2 assists in that game and 10 turnovers for the Wolverines.
But as John Beilein pointed out, and we talked about too, Kevin, you know, these games, these are not the glamour games on Michigan's schedule, but these are the opportunities for John Beilein to really kind of tweak, find out who's going to deliver and where the chemistry is for this team. So these games are maybe as important as the ones that maybe get a little bit more of a publicity push.
Well, Dan, that's a great point. Chemistry, you're trying to get a team identity put together. And you want to see different styles to prepare you for things you're going to see later on in the season, especially when you get into Big Ten play.
Irvin's been doing everything offensively for Michigan. He'll pull up, and that one doesn't drop. But Irvin already with 10 points in this game on 4 of 7 shooting.
And a nice switch on a dribble handoff, created a turnover for Michigan.
Robinson on the run out and out of bounds. Michigan will keep it. Well, we had a lot of junior Robinson offense early, 9 points in the first 5 minutes, but he's had nothing since then, and maybe that's why the Mountaineers offense has kind of dialed it down a little bit.
Well, at 5'5", I don't think the Wolverines respected the little guy. He knocked the three ball in there, a little change of pace with that float in the lane, and then got all the way to the basket. They've settled in.
Here's Wagner, bombs away and knocks down the triple.
Salou with that late recovery. Coach Christian not happy. They pride themselves in getting to three-point shooters.
Michigan now on a 15-2 run, and the Mountaineers have turnovers on 5 of their last 6 possessions.
Well, Michigan's really locked down defensively. Better communication. They're switching ball screens more effectively, keeping the Mount and the Mountaineers out of the lane.
Long too strong on the triple try. Mountaineers in some dangerous water here, down 9. And a touch foul on the ball by Maudo Sala. As we take a look at this three-point knockdown for Michigan.
Well, it's good ball movement. They come back to the weak side. You see late recovery. Mo Wagner knocks it down. There's a little screen and pop out the three-point line. Staple of Michigan's offense.
Spin move, Wagner couldn't get separation. Now we'll go a little stronger, but he'll give it up. Ball loose. Good pickup behind the back. And three-pointer off the mark by Will Miller. They could have used that.
Oh, the Mount needs a drink of water right now. It's been a long dry spell.
It's Mo Wagner on the Michigan miss, but their lead still at 9. Wolverines had to dig out of an early hole. And again, this has been a long, long dry spell. They haven't scored for the Mountaineers. Haven't scored since 11 minutes and 23 seconds left in this. Well, back in the first half.
Michigan's done after that timeout. They're switching all those high screens on the perimeter, taking the penetration away from Mountaineers.
Robinson wide open, and a knockdown three-point make for Michigan. Timeout by the Mountaineers as they've watched the Wolverines push the lead into double digits.
Duncan Robinson with a nice look off here. He ball fakes to the corner, freezes the defender. You can see Junior Robinson jump out there and gets his rhythm going. Shoulders square. Rise and nice release by the Division III transfer.
Yeah, maybe the first time that's ever happened in college basketball history. Can't confirm it, but certainly is a great feel-good story with his transition from, you know, kind of being kind of on the outskirts of big-time college basketball. Michigan now on an 18-2 run, Kevin.
And Duncan Robinson from Williams College played his freshman year. John Beilein saw him on tape, offered him a scholarship. Usually you say, hey, invite a walk-on, you can earn one, but he offered Duncan Robinson a scholarship on the spot. Of course, that young man jumped at it.
Yeah, video doesn't lie. Michigan.
But I like the defensive change Michigan has made for that first media timeout. They've really locked up what Mountaineers is trying to do offensively.
Gomes can't find a handle. Uncontested finish. Elijah Long attacks the rim. They had 11 straight possessions without a basket until that. First basket in 7 minutes.
Bill Rockman got caught on a late recovery. Gave up the middle drive.
Robinson, no open look. Wagner on the deck, and he finishes. Great finger roll finish for Mo Wagner, and Michigan up 12.
And you can see 5 offensive players from Michigan around the three-point line. No help defense inside, so the dribble drive is open for the Wolverines.
Open look, three-point miss. Greg Alexander getting one off there. Wagner underneath. Boy, Wagner and Robinson really helping Michigan as they pad the lead and bump it to 14.
Well, I like Wagner's early footwork. He got down there, got established, got his feet in the paint, position.
Boy, the Mountaineers really attacking the rim, but not much success. Wagner has 7 of Michigan's last 10, make it 10 of their last 13. Timeout again. Michigan a slow start, but they are coming on like gangbusters here at the Chrysler Center. Mo Wagner pushing the Wolverines over Mount St. Mary's here in Ann Arbor. Against Mount St. Mary's, and the Wolverines getting a big boost from a lot of different sources, Kevin.
They've got 6 players that already scored this game, of course, led by Irvin. But look at the great balance that this team has. Makes you difficult to prepare for and hard to guard. They hit you from a lot of different areas. But boy, it's been the Zach Irvin got him going early. Then Mo Wagner picked up late, both with 10 points.
And for Mount St. Mary's, they had a great push early with Junior Robinson scoring for them, but he really hasn't gotten much support, and they haven't been going back to him.
They need to get Greg Alexander involved, and the freshman Miles Wilson had 26 against UT Arlington. Got to get those guys going offensively. But it's been more of Michigan's defensive. Their communication has picked up. Their ability to switch those ball screens on the perimeter has kept the Mountaineers out of the paint. There's another ball screen switch.
Robinson puts it on the floor in traffic. High off the glass, no. Rebound picked off by Wagner for Michigan.
They're making Michigan work for their points at the offensive end. But the Mountaineers can't get anything going at their offensive end.
Michigan in no rush as they have settled things down. Wagner again, and he misses. Easy rebound off the glass by Greg Alexander.
And 6 turnovers by Michigan, but most of those came early in this game. As you said, Dan, they've really settled down offensively. And here's the problem for the Mountaineers. Hey, if you don't score, you can't press.
Air ball on the hook shot by Maudo Sala. He is not a guy that's going to give them a lot of offense.
Well, he is in there as a rim protector and a rebounder. But the Mountaineers want to press. They can't get in it because they can't score baskets. They call it mayhem, but they can't get their mayhem going because they can't get baskets.
Sala on the foul, Wagner on the shot. 2 shots coming. Sorry, it's on Dunk. Who's shooting? Duncan Robinson will shoot the free throws for Michigan.
It's going to be ball out of bounds.
Not shooting foul, okay. Derek Walton Jr. too hard off the back rim.
Michigan's taking away all transition opportunities for the Mountaineers. They haven't sent people to the glass, but they've got them all back and got them set.
Wagner saves it as he falls into the second row, but Michigan unable to sustain the possession. Robinson step faking, driving in traffic, got it off.
Great help defense by Mo Wagner. Came over, walled up. Little guy had nowhere to go.
6 seconds on the differential between shot clock and game clock. Herbert's got to go with 4 seconds. Off balance, 3-pointer, Michigan fighting for the rebound. Robinson will get it off. Too strong. And that'll end our first half of basketball here at Chrysler. Michigan ends the first half on a 22-4 run. And Mo Wagner, a big part of that push for the Maize and Blue. Zach Irvin, a great first half. A lot of his damage came early, though, Kevin.
Did come early. There's one out of the corner, splashes it through. And again, from the deep corner. But Wagner steps in and knocks him down. Big lead by the Wolverines.
We're watching the Big Ten on ESPN. Michigan home. The holiday break is over for them. They're trying to take care of Mount St. Mary's, and well, so far so good. First 5 minutes, not so good, but nice little turnaround for John Beilein's Wolverines. How about some keys for the first 5 minutes of this second half for the Mountaineers, Kevin? How do they get back in this game?
They've got to solve the ball screen defense that Michigan changed at the first DV timeouts to take away all penetration. Only 3 Mountaineers have scored. They've got to get other people involved. Miles Wilson, their sensational freshman, has got to get going. They got to get something out of Greg Alexander also. And Junior Robinson, quick 9 points. Wolverines have shut him down.
See if he can reconnect and find his rhythm. He was very aggressive early. And the Mountaineers in their road blue jerseys. They don't have a home game on their schedule till December 7th. And only 1 win so far in this young season.
Well, I've talked about time and time again, they're a team that want to press and create some mayhem with their press, but they can't get the ball through the net to set their press up.
Robinson strong, dishing, and they can't get a good look at the end of the shot clock. Ball loose, picked up off the floor by Robinson. Cannot connect. Wagner on the Michigan rebound.
So Mountaineers with 2 point-blank looks. There's been a lid on the basket.
They've worked so hard to get to the rim, but they just haven't been able to finish consistently.
And Michigan has not turned the ball over once they got into some rhythm.
Up fake there, Abdur Rahman on the miss for Michigan.
Zero bench points for the Mountaineers. And not much in transition either. The Wolverines keep sending 4 and 5 back.
Handoff there, drive by Greg Alexander. Aggressive, and it's going to pay off for the Mountaineers.
Well, miscommunication on the dribble handoff by the Wolverines. It allows Alexander to get into the paint.
Alexander, usually not a guy who's going to drive to the basket to get his offense, but he did it there for the Mountaineers. And that's their first points they've had in the last 6 minutes.
And the transfer from East Carolina, averaged about 10 a game. Those are his first points, and now it gives the Mountaineers a chance to set up this pressure.
Michigan handles it, and they'll set up their half court.
But again, you've got the shot clock already at 15. That's what the Mountaineers wanted.
Shot clock inside 10 for Derek Walton. Here's DJ Wilson going strong. Now the shot clock at 2. Walton's got to fire it, and off the mark for Michigan.
Now that's exact type of defensive possession Jamie and Christian talked about during their shoot-around. Pressure, use clock, but you can't turn it over.
Michigan's missed their last 6 shots. That streak ends on the Derek Walton drive and score.
The live ball turnovers, difficult to defend. Derek Walton creates the turnover and gets out ahead of the pack. Easy basket for the Wolverines. The 11th turnover for the Mount.
Kick out for Robinson, a deep 3 ball knocked down. Nothing but net for Junior.
And Elijah Long able to turn the corner on the Michigan defense.
Junior's got 12 points.
And you can see Derek Walton just dwarfs Junior Robinson.
And Junior gets that a lot, but doesn't worry. Here's an uncontested dunk, but no finish by Abdur Rahman, and the Mountaineers are going to have a chance to run it out. 2-on-1, up and underscore for Elijah Long. Michigan trying to overcome this surge by the Mountaineers. Now a 12-point lead for the Maize and Blue.
One of the few times the Mountaineers have got out in transition and had numbers.
Oh, they come right on the ball and try to steal it from Zach Irvin, but he handles it.
Well, this is the mayhem that they talked about. They want to make you play faster than you want to, make you play left-handed.
Corner triple miss, and Mount St. Mary's rebounds. Long brings it back out. Robinson, shot clock winding down, off balance, a clean block by Michigan in the paint. Mo Wagner.
Well, Junior Robinson with 12 points. Step-in three ball by the 5'5" Robinson, and now numbers for the Mounts. They close the gap.
Michigan in the 2K Classic in New York, a very productive trip, the highlight of their season so far. The convincing win over Marquette, and they raised the bar even higher in the championship game. There's Zach Irvin. Got the lucky bounce there, and Michigan manhandles SMU, and they get the hardware.
Zach Irvin, MVP of the 2K Classic. And what John Beilein liked, 16 assists on 27 hoops in that win over SMU.
And then the road loss to South Carolina, so nobody gets out of November and feels 100% great about their team. Ex-coaches like yourself understand that, don't they?
Well, it used to be you didn't even start until about Thanksgiving, but now you got 6 games under your belt.
And the Mountaineers are on a 7-2 run to make this game a lot more interesting.
You have to credit our director, David Asbrock, for pointing that out. It used to be Thanksgiving was the start of the season. Now you're getting going November 11th.
Well, if we weren't here, we'd just be shopping anyway, so we might as well come here and enjoy some basketball. Offensive foul. And that's on Abdur Rahman. You can see him with that little elbow at the end. Not sure if he got him twice, but
I don't know if they called that on the first
right, or the second.
Because we've got these new directives where we're talking about the cylinder of the offensive player and the cylinder of the defensive player. Elijah Long with excellent defensive position on that play.
Yeah, Robinson got a lot of his points early, and if missed by the Mountaineers, gives it back to Michigan. Holiday basketball here for the Michigan Wolverines, and another foul. Chris Ray called for the Mountaineers foul.
Chris Ray, his first personal foul. Team second.
Ray stepping forward. Again, we talk about the new directions and the ability for the offensive player to make a normal basketball move, pass, shooter, drive. Ray invading the space.
Abdur Rahman swings it out. Wilson, the short shot, doesn't roll home, but he got it off and knocked it down there.
And Mo Wagner kept that ball alive. DJ Wilson picks up the loose change for 2.
Michigan now 2 for their last 10 shooting. So it's been a bit of a dry spell for the Mountaineers, and they really haven't been able to chip away at the lead yet. Robinson pulls up for 3. Oh man, he has been a monster performer for the Mountaineers tonight. 15 points.
And he's got him a variety of ways. 3 ball, he got inside the defense early. You got a mark number 0.
Irvin gets an open look, but can't knock it down. Wagner on the Michigan rebound, and a Mount St. Mary's foul on Will Miller.
Well, Junior Robinson just sized his man up. They go behind the ball screen. DJ Wilson can't recover in time. 5'5", they say he's the smallest player in Division I basketball, but look at that nice release. 15 points. Perfect from the arc.
That is a stat line you can brag about, but it'd feel a lot better if it was with the Mount St. Mary's win. How about the hops to get up and block that shot?
Well, you said earlier the youngster can dunk at 5'5". They defended this play. Oh, great timing. Derek Walton Jr.'s looking, where'd he come from?
On a pogo stick. Irvin on the far wing for Michigan. He'll drive and pull up and drop it for Michigan.
And all that action away from Irvin, he decided, I'm just going to take it myself, get that mid-range jumper.
Junior Robinson, 15 points for the Mountaineers on 6 of 10 shooting. The rest of the team has 16 points on 4 of 20 shooting. He'll create for himself. Lost the handle. Now they'll kick out with not much on the shot clock, and that's a Greg Alexander miss. Here's Wilson, draining the triple for Michigan.
And John Beeline talked about DJ Wilson's improved game. He said he's going to get more comfortable shooting that 3-ball down, make him a real force to defend if he can step out and do that.
And John Beeline singled him out before the game and said DJ is the guy that's playing maybe above expectations. A basket and a foul coming. Mount St. Mary's aggressive inside. Michigan up 42-28 here on the Mountaineers of Mount St. Mary's. If you're wondering who the go-to guy is for the Mountaineers, it's this guy, Junior Robinson. Inside, outside, he's doing everything.
He's blocked shots, he's had the step back, little ankle breaker crossover there on DJ Wilson. Watch this block. Derek Walton Jr. still trying to figure out where he came from. 15 points for the 5'5" youngster. Shortest player in Division I. And he had a goose egg against UT Arlington. He's got over half of his team's points today.
Only 165 pounds in that 5'5" frame, but it's all basketball player.
Needs a little help from the rest of the Mountaineers.
Yeah, he needs his teammates to step up and get in the mix.
Now a chance for the Mount to create some mayhem as they set their press.
So this is Derek Walton who will break the timeline for Michigan. Mark Donald gave Michigan good minutes in the first half. And Duncan Robinson's got to get something going with 5 on the shot clock. Here's Donald. We'll have to force it up and get it down for the Maize and Blue.
Well, again, the strategy that Jamie and Christian wanted, take some time off the clock with the pressure, get them in their offense late, but Michigan able to score at the buzzer. But the Mounts trying to get ready for conference play. And this is the style that they play, mayhem.
Off the front rim, and the pickup by Michigan, Zach Irvin. Robinson, the up fake and the triple. Count it for Michigan.
It's been difficult for Mount St. Mary's to challenge that three ball.
Oh, tough break. Elijah Long missed it. Couldn't get the rim to help. There's a finish, though. Chris Ray on the follow for the Mountaineers.
And Ray has been quiet for the Mountaineers. They need him to get involved. Long, the vocal leader of this Mountaineer team. Nice assist.
Michigan now with baskets on their last 5 possessions.
You see Mount St. Mary's switching that ball screen.
Abdur-Rahman off the high glass for the hoop for Michigan.
And Greg Alexander, tardy on the recovery.
Corner three-pointer off the mark. Missed by Greg Alexander. Michigan comes out with a rebound and a chance to boost the lead to over 20. Rahman lost the handle, but he's going to get bailed out. A Mount St. Mary's foul. Timeout here in Michigan. Wolverines banging inside, trying to win their Thanksgiving home game against the Mount St. Mary Mountaineers. On to home court here with the lead over Mount St. Mary's. 49-30 as we hit the midway point of our second half of basketball. And Big Ten questions. Kevin, you want to take a shot at all these?
That's a test during the timeout. The Spartans' tough non-conference schedule. Tom Izzo apologized to his team for they've played from coast to coast. They've been Arizona and Hawaii, their losses. They lost to Kentucky and New York, Baylor in the Bahamas, and guess where they're going next? They're at Duke.
Oh, that's an easy one.
Yeah, and it's a young Michigan team, a little bit banged up right now. But second question, how good is Indiana? Up to high in the polls, but they stubbed their toe as they go on the road to Fort Wayne. I think that's the shocker so far.
And how about the sleepers in the league? We mentioned that all the unbeaten teams are unranked. Teams like Rutgers.
I think Northwestern's a sleeper, and this Michigan team is a sleeper for me.
Why?
They can get their three-shot going. What they've got, if they be able to do, they can spread the court and get some penetration. They've got 5 guys balanced scoring by the Wolverines, and the two-headed monster at that 5 spot.
Zach Irvin on the Michigan miss. Long crossing over. Drawing the contact, he'll go to the free throw line. Foul is on Abdur-Rahman for Michigan, his second.
You know, Michigan loses at South Carolina. South Carolina beats Syracuse today in New York, right in Syracuse's backyard. So that loss doesn't look so bad now for Michigan.
And Michigan State fans who are maybe concerned about that 3-3 record so far, understand Tom Izzo is giving his talented freshmen a little more space, which is going to probably pay off for them in February and March when those guys get settled into their roles on that Spartan team.
And Indiana with a chance to rebound from that loss at Fort Wayne, as they've got North Carolina in the Big Ten ACC Challenge coming up on Wednesday.
Robinson on the drive to Sampson on the miss. Xavier Simpson. Getting some PT for John Beilein's Wolverines.
Yeah, Simpson, a top 100 recruit out of Ohio. They look for big things from him to step in for Derek Walton Jr. next year. John Beilein told us he likes where he's at defensively.
Offense has got to come up, though.
Offense got to learn the system.
Here's Junior. Knocking down another three-point bomb for the Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers. He's got 18 points, and here comes the press.
And that was from downtown Ann Arbor. Size does not faze Junior Robinson on that three ball. He's got a little fade, and he kicks the leg out. Oh, quick release.
Robinson gets blocked, but Michigan able to retain possession. Here's Derek Walton for the knockdown three.
A nice play by Duncan Robinson. Offensive rebound, you've got a scramble defense, kicks it out for the step-in three ball.
Michigan now with 10 triples tonight. That's as many field goals as they had in the loss at South Carolina. Oh, a hard drive by Greg Alexander to the hole.
Little life out of Alexander in the second half for the Mountaineers. They're kind of hanging around, Dan. They can't, Michigan is trying to spread out this lead, but they can't get her done.
Irvin on the deck. Kicks out. And Simpson on the drive. It's a foul coming up and a hard. That's Mautasala. Took a hard hit and goes down. Fourth foul for him. Will break at the Chrysler Center. Michigan playing hard and strong against Mount St. Mary. Tonight here against Mount St. Mary's. And it's not a great start for the Maize and Blue. But after they cooled off Junior Robinson in this game, Robinson has really stayed hot, Kevin, but unfortunately there's just been not enough support from anybody else in a Mountaineers jersey.
Well, Robinson with 18, and Mount St. Mary's, people confuse him with St. Mary's of California. This is from the East Coast. This is the second oldest Catholic institution in the U.S. They're right next to Gettysburg and Camp David, Emmitsburg, Maryland.
Well, you certainly did some great investigating in the pregame notes there. Or was that all just off the top of your head?
I got that from their radio man.
Give credit where credit is due, and yes, the mother of all road trips to start the season. They are yearning to get back to campus for a home game. Still a little ways off from that. And Robinson, by the way, 18 points, ties his season high for the Mountaineers.
And Mount St. Mary's, they go to fly to Memphis, take a 5-hour bus ride, and play Arkansas. That's their next stop. They're going to be on the road for 20 days. I said, how do you handle your academics? They do it by video.
Yeah. Well, technology helping there as Xavier Simpson shooting free throws for Michigan. And he'll miss the second. Michigan's lead has been pretty stable for most of this second half. As Kevin mentioned, not a big swing either direction.
They can't get any distance. They're up 17 at half. Now we're still in at 16. A little more life on the Mount St. Mary's here in the second half.
Long, they skip it down inside. An easy look. Mautasala. A rare opportunity for him to score, and he converts.
Well, Chris Ray with a great post-to-post shovel pass to Salah. See Michigan playing that two-man game on one side of the court, and they bring it back to the other side.
Irvin off balance. Robinson gets it rejected by Salah. Sorry, by Chris Ray. And the Mountaineers have scored on 5 of their last 6 possessions. Robinson. Oh, are you kidding me? Career high 5 triples.
And with Simpson, hand in his face.
It's ridiculous.
Nothing phases this little guy.
He now has 7 20-point games.
And he's coming off a goose egg last game. Confidence for Junior Robinson.
Well, whatever he ate for Thanksgiving, keep feeding him that. Oh, man, this is a monster three-pointer. That's NBA.
That's beyond NBA. Simpson thinks he's there in time, but not. There's the shovel pass. Just sizes it up. Settles into the twine. Robinson, big night.
Well, whatever zone he's in, stay right there. And he has been carrying Mount St. Mary's, the smallest guy in a uniform on either bench is carrying the load and then some.
He's got half their points, 21 of Mount St. Mary's 42. 17-point lead at half. Michigan up by 11 now.
It's just one of those games where you can't take him out. You gotta let him go.
Well, he had 9 quick early, put Michigan back on their heels. So after timeout play by John Beeline, going to use that pressure and back cut on the baseline.
Michigan tried to go back door. It's still their basketball. Robinson handles the inbound. They don't get a new shot clock. It's at 10. This is Derek Walton looking for help on top. Now Robinson sells the up fake, can't knock it down. But Donald gets the Wolverine rebound and a fresh shot clock.
Donald and Bogner, the two-headed monster at that 5 spot, have had some sparks here for Michigan.
Elijah Long called for the Mount St. Mary's foul, his first, and Miles Wilson will check in for Greg Alexander.
The hustle plays out of Donald. He gets on the offensive glass, and we saw Mo Bogner early in that first half make a run for Michigan. It's a big defensive possession for Mount St. Mary's.
Yeah, they get a stop and a score, and it's under 10. Robinson strong, pushed off, called for the travel.
Travel before he got the push off. Late whistle, but the correct call.
And he's coming out.
Watch his feet now. There's the step. Kind of drugged.
Yeah.
He twisted his ankle. But now you have an opportunity for Mount St. Mary's to get this to single digits.
John Beeline wants something extra on defense from his Michigan Wolverines here. Long pass, Miles Wilson driving. Can't get it to roll, ball on the floor. And knocked out of bounds, and the Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers will keep it. Well, you gotta love the effort.
Sala on the floor, giving himself up. And Walton trying to make that last gasp, but couldn't pull the ball in. But you're right, John Beeline, he wants a stop. He wants his defense. This is the time for them to step up. He talked about being better communicators on the defensive end. They've got to talk through these ball screens.
Wilson tries to get around Donald. He can't do it. Shot clock at 10 for the Mountaineers. They try to get it under 10 points. Square up, 3-point, knockdown make. Miles Wilson, it's a 12-4 run.
Good patience by the Mountaineers. They're not guarding Sala, so Donald gets caught behind the dribble handoff and can't get back to the shooter.
And they're making Michigan work on offense. Irvin pulls up, drops it down, and that cools things off for the Mountaineers. A big hit for the Maize and Blue.
Well, Irvin had that 10 points in the first half, but he's been quiet here in the second half. That's his first basket. But an opportune time, that mid-range pull-up jump shot by number 21.
Crossover, Long almost lost it in traffic. Robinson dribbles out with 5 on the shot clock. He'll have to create for himself, and he's in big-time trouble. Oh, he got a rim on it, over the backboard and out of bounds. Mount St. Mary's, even he can miss a shot once in a while. The Mountaineers pushing Michigan as hard as they can. Elijah Long from distance. A 10-point lead for the Wolverines. 3:45 left, and a game that looked very comfortable for Michigan, Kevin, isn't so comfortable anymore, is it?
And it's because of the little guy, Junior Robinson. He was 8 of 28 on the three ball. He's been on fire tonight, 5 of 6 from downtown by the smallest player in Division I basketball, number 0, Junior Robinson.
When you size up a guy who's 5 feet 5 inches tall and you're defending him, you go, I can close out on him, no problem. Or maybe not.
Well, the release is so quick by Junior Robinson. And we talked about heart over height. This young man, you can't measure it, size that heart behind that number 0. Fearless.
And he has been fantastic for the Mountaineers. A one-man wrecking crew, but they're going to have to get some more to get back and make this game even tighter. And this is the press that has worked fairly well for them.
Mount Mayhem is what they've titled it, a little bit after VCU.
Michigan with the shot clock at 10. And he's holding the ball. Donald at the buzzer. Oh, good rebound to keep the possession for Michigan. DJ Wilson. And the score by Mark Donald. That's a big boost for the Wolverines.
Well, the kick out for the three ball, Donald's able to clean it up. And at the defensive end now, Donald's been a center fielder on Salou. But he has to come up and handle those ball screens. Donald, the communicator at that 5 spot on defense.
Elijah Long looking to get by DJ Wilson, but Wilson's got too much range.
There's that ball screen again.
Wow, tough take. It's off the rim. Wilson clears the board for Michigan.
Not Wilson. Rebound in traffic at both the offensive end and the defensive end.
Stepping up in crunch time for Michigan.
Well, they're a different team when DJ Wilson gets on the glass. 7'3" wingspan.
And a foul on the ball by Junior Robinson, his second.
Mountaineers foul, 2-0, Junior Robinson, his second personal.
1-1 coming here for Michigan. And Derek Walton shooting for the Wolverines.
At the line, shooting the 1-1 for Wolverines, number 10, Derek Walton Jr.
And he rolls it home for Michigan, giving them a little bit of comfort here.
Well, you don't want to get into a free throw contest with the Wolverines. Always the best in the country. Top 5, top 10 every year from the free throw line.
And he knocks them both down. Michigan will send in Mo Wagner. Wagner was a big offensive force in the first half for the Wolverines.
Gave him 10 points. He's been quiet as far as scoring here in the second half. And Walton has only missed 1 free throw this season.
Michigan with 3 players now in double figures. Long goes strong to the hole. And the basket counts, but is that a technical?
Long with the little chirp after that great spin move. Got teed up. Watch this move though. Hesitation, crossover. Then he's going to tell him about it.
Technical foul has been issued to Mountaineers.
And a few words for Abdul Rahman.
This might be a better angle to see. So Derek Walton's going to shoot the technical for Michigan. And Jamion Christian trying to get some explanation from Bill Elk, the referee.
Well, that was a definite taunt by long after he scored that basket.
In the team's 8th foul.
And the ball goes back to point of interruption, so it allows Mount St. Mary's to set the press. But a costly 2 points.
Long, a sophomore from Mississauga, Ontario.
And his brother Naz Mitrulong plays for the Iowa State Cyclones, and these two met up early in the season.
Walton has to do some nifty dribbling to keep possession.
And again, the shot clock, they ran it down, but now the clock's an enemy to Mount St. Mary's.
Oh, the offensive foul, the push. Junior Robinson was baiting him. And finally, Walton took the bait, pushed him down, and it's Mountaineers basketball.
We've seen a little bit of everything in this game. Talking technical.
You can see those two kind of going at each other. Go, yeah, I got you, take that. And Robinson knows how to sell it, too.
You think the size helps him on those calls?
Absolutely. And he'll drive. Finally runs out of room. They'll retain possession, though.
They're just going to trap him and let Salou go.
No good a shot there for Junior Robinson.
Robinson and Walton still playing a little cat and mouse out front.
Say, we'll go again. The dance continues. 1 minute left here for Michigan. Wagner gets an open three. And he'll drop it for the maize and blue. And the score will be a little bit misleading because Mount St. Mary's really stood tall in the second half in a game that could have gotten very ugly for them.
They got it down to single digits after a 17-point deficit at halftime. But the Wolverines stepped up when they had to.
And they're still scrapping. Sala couldn't finish. And Michigan's going to retain possession and dribble it out here in Ann Arbor and get back on the winning track and bump their record to 5-1. 64-47 our final score. Kevin, Mount St. Mary's, another tough road test. What about your impressions of Michigan tonight?
Well, Mount St. Mary's came out strong. Michigan built the lead, kind of lulled themselves to sleep, but when they had to answer the bell in the second half, they were able to do it. Got to the free throw line. Walton with a good game. Irvin carried him early. But John Beeline's got some things to look at. He's got the film session. It's going to be the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, there's still work to do for the Wolverines, but a good win for them at home tonight. So, for Kevin Lehman, I'm Dan Gutowski saying so long from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Our final score, 64-47. To watch this game on replay, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.